back to Ink by Magic, and I am also a mechanic. And today we are working on a 2005 Dodge Magnum SXT. This thing right here is a classic, and the people love it. Every time I pull up, people ask questions about it. So I'm trying to keep this joint moving nice and good, but we keep having little issues. Right now we have a bad starter. This is the 3.5 liter V6. So if you look, you can see that it's rust all around the housing, rust around the main housing, it's rust on the solenoid itself. We got corrosion on that copper lead right there. It's all rusted up. So this, I tried to make it work. You know, I got it from a junkyard for $35, but you want to just go ahead and grab something brand new. This one is pretty beat the fuck up, and I can't even remember where I got it from, so I can't even get the warranty back for this thing. Lasted a couple months and then just shitted on me. Okay, it's kind of hard to get to, but we're gonna get you in there. Your starter for this 2005 rest right up in there. That's where your starter is. Now that hole right there, the plate is kind of seized on there, so I'm gonna just leave that there so that it's easier for me to just, you know, move things around and get that joint in there without me having to figure out holes and all that stuff. But what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna need 17 millimeter, probably a couple extensions, for sure a couple extensions, 15 millimeter. You're gonna need wrenches and sockets, and you gotta drop down this rack and pinion right here. Once you drop that down, it's a 15 millimeter on the front and a 17 millimeter on the back. You're gonna use both of those together and drop that down. Once you drop that down, you can wig-wag around with the steering column and stuff like that. You loosen up that line right there. So it's right behind the driver's side wheel. And if you get up under here, you're gonna have to go ahead and drop down this rack. You got bolts on both sides. It's a 15 on the front and a 17 on the back. And you're gonna have to drop that joint down so you can move it around. You don't necessarily have to disconnect the steering column. If you want to, you can, but that will cause a lot of bullshit. You're gonna have to worry about your alignment and all that stuff. So you wanna disconnect this, drop this down. You're gonna disconnect this line right over here. That's a 13 millimeter bolt that you gotta hit right there. And then right up there where you see that connector there, right there, that's that hole where your starter will be. And it takes a little bit of wiggling, you know, but once you drop this down, drop down your rack right here, you could just, you know, like pinch up and move things around and you'll be able to get right to it. All right.